the clear level of responsibility that it takes to continue to uphold the light inside of you then gleams in natural respectfulness, an eternal energy source that then vibrates more from your intention to create more of the new earth. It is, then, about a smooth transition more into the cosmic connection with your higher self, with who I am as your Commander Ashtar, of who we are of the angelic realms, of the Galactic Council, of the Galactic Federation of Light. Through bringing forth more of a vibrant level of existence in your own energy field creates more unity to then consistently bring in a more guided pathway for each of you that are here for a 5D world. It is useless for any government leaders to try and prevent this reality, in which the complete replacement of all of those who have been trying to hold on to duality are on their way out of their positions now. The clear openness of a vibrant level of expanding more into harmonious vibrations brings in more purity that you are willing to open up in new levels of realizing the core connection to your own inner true self. From the leaps in evolution into more advanced levels of your conscious awareness, then you are being more responsible on your own light missions for ascension. There is an evolved nature in the opening in more of your energy field into a leaping in generating a stronger frequency that you are willing to uplift more in your energetic paths into a new delightful reality of oneness. The expansiveness into your own reality change then becomes more focused, in then seeing that the way to accessing more of your multidimensionality then brings a more guided pathway of light. As the light shines more inside of you, then you are realizing that there are no levels of blocks in your outer reality able to determine your success in your light missions. It then becomes about seeing that you are focused enough to be more respectful in the continuous creations from who we are of the Galactic Federation of Light, of your angelic guardians. As you notice there are no other light workers that are writing such high volumes daily for ascension in this same way of being, including slideshows, in which this is meant to show each of you the dedication that comes with more ascended realms. You are here each to notice that through the light consistency of your own eternal self, then you are opening up a new pathway of DNA upgrades more and downloads daily. It then becomes about rising more of your professionalism into then noticing that with much hard work, focus, undetermined paths, then each of you are able to rise more in ascended mastery. Being an ascended master is similar to how you have levels of advancing more in skills, in various parts of advancing more in your evolved states into more generosity and abundance. The inner direction of your true self then bridges more pathways of upgrading more of your talents and abilities to be more interlinked into our galactic fleet in pure consciousness and service. It is important to notice that with your own will and strength to see a pathway of more ascended realms open up, then this remains as a consistent stream of light downloads daily. It is important to notice that with a deeper level of inception and awakening, then you are noticing that there are many locked into duality who are going to spread a lot of hate about you, as you are advancing more in your light work. There are those who say with the lower ego self, I know them, they are not of the light, all they care about is a religious following, full of a big ego. Come on, don't trust any of the GFOL. You see that you are then advancing beyond all of the distortions that have been placed in your pathways, into then noticing that through an openness and seeing the clear respectfulness that comes with higher realms comes more service. This service is not about saying with the lower ego self, I know already. The lower ego self is the self that becomes easily annoyed, is the self that yells, is the self that feels that it knows everything about ascension by listening to a few of these transmissions. If the lower ego self knew everything about ascension, then it would not try and memorize these words, it would not be trying to pick them apart, instead of feeling the internal energy of your higher self. Similar to an individual who listens to music made, and then uses the lower ego self to memorize the lyrics, and then spreading the lyrics around as if they are the one producing the music artist work. You see how this works? In then noticing that just how individuals often become into legal trouble by copying the work of another, and trying to use it, you see that ending with your awakening more. You are then not seeing any legal trouble come your way by spreading these messages, as these are all free for each of you to see that you are open to a new state of vibrancy in your own life. It then becomes about noticing that you are not able to use the lower ego self to understand how these messages are created, as the lower ego self says, "No, I know how they are made. You think up some stuff, and write it down. Did I miss something?" That is not how this is made, and you are not going to see how these are made, unless you are in our galactic fleet, in which this comes with many lifetimes of Ascension guidance training sessions. Just as you have training on your careers, on your jobs, and you then notice that you are utilizing these parts of training in your daily lives on a regular basis creates a more clear reality of how this works. It then creates a natural restoration, into which as you listen more to these creative actions, then you are listening to a connection more with who we are of the angelic realms, of the Galactic Federation of Light. From the depths of now, noticing that this is a serious mission to uphold the light, then this would not be possible without many years of service, without many lifetimes of advanced level training. The lower ego self is not able to see the past lifetimes that have gone into the creation of these messages, which are given to each of you in the natural state of freedom. From the depths of your own continuous expansiveness, then the new state of embracing the level of vibrancy in your own life for a new earth experience to unfold completely opens up more. The lower ego self says, "The new earth? Fifth dimension? Okay. I don't know about that, but if you say so." It then becomes not about trying to use the lower ego self to convince any of this brand new reality, into then noticing that your own light combinations are bringing forth more divinity to express and experience more within. This then allows for a finalization in the ending of the reign of terror on your world, to then open up a level of advancement in your consistent field of generating more unity consciousness. We stand in higher dimensions of grace. We are the angelic realms. We are the Galactic Federation of Light.